Hi guys, how you doing? This is NKH and we have the JewelCrafting video. Now every 3 days we break down a new profession and I will tell you how to best get mythic equivalent crafted gear. So if you don't want to miss the videos, please sub the channel and please tell me in the comments what profession should I do next. Let's get to the video. Scaling up to 50 is really simple. The trainer teaches you recipes up until 50, so you wouldn't be having any issues scaling up to 50. That's nothing that you want to worry about. At the beginning you get the prospecting, you can use ores to extract gems. You then again get the crushing and you can use your unwanted gems or low quality gems to get pebbles and other stuff. You get an amber and an engraved gem color. You can craft those for knowledge points and just scaling up to 15. This is up to you completely, but when you go back to the trainer it will teach you a masterful amber and two other kinds of amber. And one thing that I found very weird was that you can craft these simple ambers up until 40 skill. Now I'm not sure if it works like this on live because it was really simple. I just crafted the masterful and the quick amber to 40, and then you can just use the trainer recipes to scale up to 55. Now one thing that happened to jewel crafting is that it's kind of oversimplified in this expansion. Like jewel crafting was a bit complicated back in Dragonflight and it was really good, like it was really profitable, but in the war within it's been oversimplified. Like we have 3 specs now and they are really simple. To be honest, I feel sad. Like I'm not gonna say jewel crafting is bad now. You can craft a lot of stuff and we still have primary stat gems. We have a socketed item. It's not from the vault anymore. It's good and there's a lot of gold to be had, but it's kinda nerfed and that made me sad. Anyways, enough moping, time to get to the real stuff. We get prisms now. It's a daily cooldown for jewel crafting and you can use 3 gems of any kind. You can use ambers, rubies, sapphires, depending on whichever you want, and turn them into a lot more, like multiply it by a lot. Now in the video I used amber and used 3 to get 11, and it's just at the beginning. You can just expect to into this too, so it's very good for your alt army. You also get your primary stat gems. Now there are 4. There is a basic primary stat one that you can buy from a vendor in Dornogal. The other 3 are from adventures and stuff that you can do in the expansion. Now I don't know how to get these 3 recipes, it's not really clarified here. I would probably make a video later in the playlist for the how to get these certain recipes, but as of right now the only thing that you can buy is from Grifta in Dornogal, and you get your basic equipment back. You get your rings and necks. So this is why I said it's oversimplified. Like that's all of the jewel crafting for you. So the specs are called GemCutting, shaping, and jewel crafting. Now when I said this is simplified is because of this. Usually I tell you to spend points like in this spec and in this subnode to how to craft it with concentration and everything, but everything that you have from jewel crafting is this 4 knot. Like that's it. That's just it. You get your main knot, you get the left one which is your next, your right one which is your profession equipment, and your mid one that is your rings. Like, are you kidding me? That's all of it. So just spend 10 points on like either rings or necks, max out that one, then spend 10 more points in the main knot and get the next, or just spend it in the right one and get profession gear. It's really simple. You just, this made me really sad and angry, and I have no idea why Blizzard did this. But nonetheless, it is in the game. It's really simple. You want to max out the jewel crafting spec as fast as you can. You can use it when maxed out with minimal concentration, so that's a win. It's like really simple. Everybody's gonna be jewel crafting, so the price of necks and rings, this expansion is gonna be way less than it was back in Dragonflight. It's not a good profession for just crafting. So if you are either choosing one profession to craft gear for other people, I wouldn't suggest just crafting from JewelCrafting. Like if you're not using Prism, if you're not crafting primary stat gems, JewelCrafting is gonna be really weak because of these just main spec. Like I cannot actually show you how angry and I don't know what to call my feelings really. I'm not sad, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Let's go with disappointed. Yeah, I'm disappointed. Blizzard did this really bad. But let's get into the shaping and into the gem cutting. As a gem crafter or someone looking forward to use the prism to its full potential, this is your spec. Now every 10 point that you spend will unlock a sub spec. Now your sub specs are the 4 different kinds of gem. It's sapphire, ruby, emerald and onyx. Whichever kind of gem is more expensive at the auction house is the one you wanna invest your points into. So if this is not at your first week, just check the auction house, see which kind of gem is selling for more. What you wanna do for Prism is that whenever you unlock a sub-spec, get that to 15, because at 15 points in the main sub-specs, you get the Prism recipe. So if you're just looking to use the daily cooldown on all of this stuff, get the 4 main sub-specs to 15, and that will give you all of the Prism. So, but again, you better wait at least a week to see which kind of gems are selling for more, and if you're not crafting, you just go for ruby. Like the ruby is the crit and everybody gonna be needing the crit, so it's gonna be in high demand. But my preference here is that you spec first into crafting rings and necks and gear. By that point the market has settled and you can firmly decide on what kind of daily cooldown you want to use. However, if you're just looking to mass craft specific gems, each type of sub-spec, that is each type of gems, will have 3 recipes and 3 different gems. They are specific and you can just look them up in the auction house, see which one is selling for more, and just craft that one and sell that one. So that way your spec will be looking like this. You just unlock the main sub spec, which is either ruby, onyx, sapphire or emerald, then go into the below nodes, choose your specific gem and max that one out. This way you can mass craft that one. Spending points in the main nodes will increase your skill and you'll be using minimal concentration again to craft them at tier 3. Now this is again, the numbers and all of this stuff are on beta, so I cannot be sure which one will sell for more, how to craft them efficiently, but this is your base stuff for being a gem crafter and a mass gem crafter at that. Personally, if you're going the crafting way, I would suggest that after getting the JewelCrafting spec to max, just unlock the most valuable prism and use your daily cooldown on that to get a bit of extra gold. As for the primary stat ones, well, we're still not sure how to get them. It says wardrop, but again, we're not sure. You can get the skill for these by spending all of your points into the 4 main nodes of gem cutting. That's the ruby, the onyx, emerald and sapphire that we just did for the prism. So max those out. Here's a quick reminder, I have made a lot of videos on this playlist talking about professions and stuff, knowledge points, how to become a master crafter, everything that you can actually think of. So why not just check other videos on the profession and make sure you have the channel subbed so you don't miss the next videos. Let's get back to the video. To the final spec, shaping. Now this is my least favorite spec in JewelCrafting because it mostly focuses on prospecting and crushing. Now, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, if you don't have a dual gatherer, just mining and herbalism, just spending your time doing that, this spec is not for you. Because you wouldn't be usually buying high stacks of ores and other kind of stuff to just prospect. You just send them from your alt to maximize your profits. Other than the main node that will just amplify your skill for reagents, the sub nodes, especially the ones in the middle that has 4 nodes, will only award you more of the specific kinda node, whether it's ruby, onyx, emerald or sapphire again, from prospecting ores. So if you plan to gather a lot of ore and then prospect it to sell on the auction house, this spec will work wonders for you. And you need it maximized because you just get more gems. But if you're not planning on doing a dual gatherer, I wouldn't really suggest this. And even if you're going for a crafter build, at the point that you be spending your knowledge points on this spec, the prices have been so cut down that it wouldn't be a lot anymore. But this is again my opinion and it's up to you. But definitely if you have a dual gatherer, maximize this spec, get the most out of prospecting and get a lot of gems and sell it on the auction house. At the beginning it's gonna be a huge amount of gold, but again these knowledge points are best spent on the other 2 specs. The knowledge points are very valuable and you don't get a lot of them at the beginning, so just plan out your build and just write down what you want to do. Like if you want to do dual gatherer, definitely go for shaping, it's gonna get you a lot of gold. Masonry and glassworks are the last things that we're gonna talk about in this video. Now they both amplify your reagents and they will both award you 2 embellishments at 15 points. Now whether these embellishments are favorable and in the meta, we just have to wait and see. But personally I find these of the lowest importance ever, and that's why I'm sad and disappointed. Now the skill that these 2 specs award you will help you mass craft gilded vials or gemstone cutters, lenses and all the other reagents that JewelCrafting have to offer. If you have a spare jewel crafter out there, sure, go the shaping way, send your ores here, prospect them, sell them on the auction house, but do not waste your knowledge points on the shaping if you plan to become a crafter and craft rings next, primary stat gems. But again, that's all my opinion. Let me just go back to being sad and disappointed. And that was mostly it. That's JewelCrafting for you in the War Within. Now I know it's kind of a nerf from Dragonflight. It was way better in Dragonflight. We have less of a things here, but you can craft sockets and there's still the rings and the necks. So I hope you liked the video and you know what to do, like, comment and make sure to sub the channel so you don't miss the next videos. 3 days, 1 video. See you in the next one. Goodbye.